Namaskar and welcome to our 52nd day of Ramayana Satsanga. Lakshmi Natha Samarambham Natha Yamuna Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Yo Nityamachyutapadam Bhujayugma Rugma Vyamohatastaditarani Trinayamene Asmadgurur Bhagavatosya Dayaika Sindho Ramanujasya Charanam Sharanam Prapadye आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारी परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम् कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम् वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदप्राचेत सादासीद् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना. With prayers at the lotus feet of Sri Rama and Acharyas, let us start our topic for today. So yesterday's satsang we saw how Kumbhakarna was killed, and today we move on to the further part where Indrajit now wants to continue the fight, but he wants some special powers, and for that he has to do some special yaga and homa. So what he does is he wants to keep all these people in a state of turmoil and he wants to leave them confused. So he creates one illusory Sita, one Maya Sita, and he has cut off her head and he brings this and throws it in the battlefield. So seeing that, everybody is shocked and they don't know what to do, and Indrajit goes away. Rama is also very shocked to see this and he says, "Oh, Sita has been killed. What is the purpose of this fight?" But Vibhishana reassures Rama. He tells Rama that this is all an illusion, it is all Maya, which Indrajit has created, and he has done this so that he can get some time to do that special yaga, which will give him even more power. And therefore, it is important that right now we should go and stop that yaga from being completed and kill him. So Rama sends Lakshmana along with Vibhishana, and they go to the place where Indrajit is carrying out his yaga, and there Lakshmana challenges him to a fight, and there is a very intense and fierce fight. Finally, when nothing else is working, then actually this person, this Indrajit, is someone who has won over Indra himself, isn't it? But Lakshmana uses the Indrastra itself. Indrastra is nothing but the astra which has Indra's blessings. Then how is it that it works? What he does is, when Lakshmana is using this Indrastra, he says the prayer. He chants and he says, Dharmatma Satya Sandhascha Ramo Dasharathir Yadi Paurushe Chapratidvandva Stadenam Jahi Ravanim. Oh dear arrow, he is addressing that Indrastra. He says, "Oh arrow, if it is true that Rama, who is the son of Dasharatha, is always on the path of Satya, he is somebody who always keeps his promise. If he is a Dharmatma and there is nobody who is equal to him in his prowess, then if all this is true, then this Indrastra, you please destroy Indrajit." And the minute he says that and lets go of the arrow, that arrow goes and Indrajit is killed. The minute Indrajit falls to the ground and he is dead, there is Pushpa Vrishti from the skies. All the Devatas, all the celestial beings, they come there and they cheer Lakshmana for having achieved this great task. Now, Vibhishana and Lakshmana come back to Rama, and Lakshmana is totally injured because it has been a very intense fight. And seeing him, Rama is thrilled. He holds this Lakshmana very lovingly in his lap and he praises his qualities, which made it possible for him to kill Indrajit. Now, Sushena gives medicines to heal Lakshmana, and then again the fight continues. Now, what happens is Ravana has lost all his main Rakshasa warriors, but he has one Sena which is called as the Moola Bala Sena. That is made up of even more great warriors. They are kept as a reserve force for an emergency situation. Now it is the final emergency for Ravana, isn't it? So he sends this Moola Bala Sena. Single-handedly, Rama destroys that entire Moola Bala Sena. And now, having no other alternative, Ravana himself comes back to the Yuddha Bhumi. When he comes there, he starts attacking all the Vanaras, and more importantly, he targets Vibhishana. The minute Ravana is targeting Vibhishana, Lakshmana steps in to protect Vibhishana. And that Shakti Ayudha which Ravana has thrown on Vibhishana, it hits Lakshmana. And Lakshmana is very severely injured and he falls to the ground. That Ayudha has pinned him to the ground and he is not able to move. He has again become totally unconscious. And Rama is so worried seeing the state of Lakshmana that he thinks that Lakshmana has been killed by this Shakti Ayudha. And there Rama makes one statement. He says, Deshe deshe kalatrani, deshe deshe cha bandhavaha, tam tu desham na pashyami, yatra bhrata sahodaraha. In every land, we may be able to obtain wives. We can have relatives, we can get our relatives, we can find them in many different places. But somebody who is a brother, who is born from the same womb, it is never possible to find a brother like you, O Lakshmana. And Rama starts crying. He's inconsolable because he thinks that Lakshmana has been killed. But Sushena, who is the Vanara who has these medicinal properties, he's like the doctor for all of the Vanaras, he notices and he tells Rama that Lakshmana has not been killed. It is just that he has been rendered totally unconscious. And he sends Hanuman back to that Aushadagiri to bring those herbs. The minute Hanuman brings it back, then Lakshmana is also healed. And now the fight continues. Now the actual fighting between Rama and Ravana starts. And as they are fighting, both are evenly matched. Rama is very parakrami, we know that. Ravana is equally parakrami. He is also fighting in a very intense way. And both of them are fighting so intensely, but there is no result. Neither of them can defeat the other person. At that point of time, as the Devatas are all watching, all the Devatas comment that it is unfair. This Ravana is on a chariot and he is having so much ability. Poor Rama doesn't have a chariot. He's standing on the ground and fighting. So then Indra decides, and Indra sends his chariot, his Ratha, and his Sarathi, who is called Matali. He sends this Matali and the chariot for use by Rama. And now Rama steps into the chariot and they go on fighting. Now it is a more even match. But every time Rama cuts off one of the heads of Ravana, we know that Ravana had 10 heads, isn't it? Every time he cuts off one head, it grows back. Every time he cuts off the second head, that grows back. Like this, 101 times the Rama hits and cuts away Ravana's head, but it grows back again. Although Ravana is very badly injured, but that head keeps growing back. So what happens is Ravana's Sarathi notices that Ravana is getting so badly injured. So what he does is he takes that Ratha away from the battlefield. Ravana gets very angry with him and he says, "What is this? Why have you brought me back? Have you been bribed by these people? What is the problem with you?" Then that charioteer tells that you are so badly injured. So for your safety, I brought you away. So Ravana says, "That is fine, but I am not like a coward. I don't want to retreat from the battlefield. Take me back." And then the Ratha is driven back into the battle. And now, with even more intensity, the fight starts. At that point of time, this Matali, who is the charioteer of Indra, he reminds Rama, he says, "You have been prolonging this fight for too long. Don't you remember what is the method by which you are going to kill this Ravana? Why is it that you are going on aiming at his head? Don't you know the method? You please use the right method to kill him. Don't you think that you should be using the Brahmastra? This is the right time," he tells. And then, once he is reminded, Rama finally uses the Brahmastra. He aims it at Ravana's chest. It flies and hits Ravana's chest, and Ravana falls to the ground and he is killed. Sabrishrasто Mahavegah Sharirantakarah Sharaha Cheda Hridayam Tasya Ravanasya Duratmanaha. That arrow, which was released with great speed by Rama, and it destroyed the body of Ravana, it tore away the heart of that evil minded Ravana. Like this, Valmiki describes the arrow hitting Ravana. Raghavasta vasamyukta gaganecha vishrushruve sadhu sadviti vagagriya devatanam mahatmanam. Hearing this sound, seeing that Ravana has been killed, all the great celestial beings, all the divine beings, all the devatas, all the mahatmas, everybody, they come and they are standing in the sky and they say, "Well done, Rama, bravo, Rama, Jaya to Rama." And like this, they keep singing praises of Rama, and that is heard in the sky. So, in this manner, Ravana is finally killed. He has committed a great apachara of kidnapping Sita Devi, and now he's got the punishment that he deserves. He has been the Rakshasa who was troubling the entire good populace on the earth, and now he has been killed, he has been destroyed. So, the purpose of Rama Avatara has been fulfilled by this Rama killing Ravana. What is it that we can learn from these events? You remember we talked yesterday about the boons which were asked and taken from Brahma. And we talked about what Ravana asked for and what Kumbhakarna asked for, right? What about this Vibhishana? All of them did tapas. But what is it that Vibhishana got without asking also? So when Ravana asked, he wanted Amaratva, but Brahma did not grant it to him. Kumbhakarna wanted Indrasana, but because Saraswati sat on his tongue, it became Nidrasana. And what did Vibhishana ask for? Vibhishana said to Brahma that I am not bothered about anything else in this world, but please grant me the boon that always, whatever be the circumstances, whatever janma I may take, whatever be the situations in my life, please bless me that always I will follow the path of dharma. I don't want to ever get off track and go on the wrong path. Please bless me, give me this boon that I will always stick to the path of dharma. That is the boon that Vibhishana asked for. Brahma granted him that boon. And then Brahma was so happy with Vibhishana that he said, I am giving you Amaratva. He blessed him with Chiranjeevi life. Now Ravana got very angry seeing this. He came to Brahma and he demanded that I asked you for Amaratva, but you did not give me. And why did you give it to Vibhishana? So Brahma told him, you wanted Amaratva, and that was a wrong desire on your part. Vibhishana never asked me for Amaratva. I did not give Amaratva to Vibhishana as a boon. I gave it as my Ashirvada. I was so happy with him for his spirit. I was so happy with his sattvic nature. I was so happy that he wanted to always be on a path of dharma. And I gave him that Chiranjeevi Swarupa as my blessing. It is not, there is a difference between getting a boon, getting a vara, and getting a blessing, getting Ashirvada. So, what I gave to Vibhishana, that Chiranjeevi Swarupa, is a blessing. It is my Ashirvada. It is not something that he demanded. And I can give whatever Ashirvada comes to my mind. And like that, Brahma justified why Vibhishana was given Amaratva. Now, once Vibhishana, everybody gathers on the battlefield, Ravana has been killed finally. At that point of time, Vibhishana says he feels bad that his brother has been killed. And then Rama tells him that it is time now, you should perform the last rites. You do the crematory rites for Ravana. Then Vibhishana says, no, how can I do that? This is the Parama Papi who separated Sita Devi from you. He has done such great aparadhas. How can I perform the last rites for him? I don't want to do anything. He does not deserve these last rites because those rites are to be performed for somebody who is virtuous. But he is such a dushta person. He is such a evildoer that I don't want to do that. Then Rama advises Vibhishana. Rama tells him, Maranantani vairani nivrittam na prayojanam kriyata masya samskaro mamapyesha yathatava. Rama is telling Vibhishana that whatever hostility we may have, whatever vairatva we may have with somebody, that ends with death. When that person has been killed, when that person is no more alive, right, then we should not hold hostility in our mind against them. We should not have any hatred for them. Now, our purpose was to ensure that dharma prevails. Our purpose has been accomplished. So now you must do his rights. And he is as good yours as mine. He's like your brother, he is like my brother also. So when we look at this superficially, it appears as if Rama is advising that don't talk bad about Ravana because he has already died. So don't have any hostility towards him. Of course, that meaning is there, but Acharyas explain that there is a deeper meaning. All along, Rama wanted to do good to Ravana, and therefore he gave many opportunities for Ravana to try and correct himself, isn't it? We have seen how ever since the kidnapping occurred, now before he kidnapped, Jatayu advised. When after he had kidnapped, Sita advised Ravana. Hanuman was sent, he also advised Ravana. Angada went, he also advised Ravana. In the battle itself, when Ravana was fighting, and the first time that he came, Rama damaged him a lot. He gave him a second chance and said, "Go back and come tomorrow," hoping that he will transform, hoping that he will come and surrender. So there were so many opportunities that Rama gave to Ravana, and yet Ravana did not want to change. Right? So, what is the feeling of Rama here? He did so much harm to all my bhaktas, but I am ready to give him a chance to change himself. However, till he was alive, he did not let me do good to him. I tried the best that I could. I gave him so many opportunities, but he did not let me do good to him till he was alive. Now he is dead. And now, whatever good I want to do to him, he cannot stop me from doing it. And therefore, the good that I want to be done now to him is that his crematory rites have to be properly performed. And that is why Rama insists that Vibhishana should perform the rites for Ravana to get a good gati. Now, all along till he lived, he did not take all the opportunities with the Lord which the Lord was giving him. But now that he is dead, he cannot oppose anymore. So, whatever last rituals are performed by Vibhishana, those will help this Ravana to get a good gati, to get sadgati, and to go to the next loka. That is why Rama is telling that don't talk bad about him, you do the rites for him. And in fact, Acharyas say that when Rama says that he is as good mine as yours, he's not just saying that he is like my relative, like your brother, he's my brother. He's not saying like that. What he means is that I consider that he is so deserving of good that if you don't do the rites for him, I will myself perform those rites. That is the greatness of Rama. All along till Ravana was alive, he wanted to do good to him. He gave him so many opportunities, but Ravana did not change. Now, when he is dead, he cannot oppose anymore. But Vibhishana is saying, I don't want to do. So Rama is telling him that you should do. It is correct on your part to do. So you do the rituals for him. But suppose for any reason you are refusing to do it, then I myself will perform the rites for Ravana. That is the greatness of Rama that the Acharyas point to us. So today we have seen all these things. We have seen how Ravana was killed. We have seen how the outcome for a person who does wrong things is always going to be bad. And we have understood that where there is Rama, there will always be Dharma. Where there is the Lord's blessings, that side will always win. Even if it appears that they are weak, they don't have so many facilities, or it appears like the other side has lot of facilities, yet the side on which Rama is, the side on which Dharma is, that is the side that will triumph. So always there will be triumph of good over evil. That we should understand. And let us pray that Acharyas will bless us with the ability to understand these things. Let us pray that, like Vibhishana, we will be able to always stick to the path of Dharma, and we will continue to do our duty as per what is going to give pleasure to the Lord. Let us pray that we will always be able to stick to the path of Dharma and thereby give pleasure to the Lord. Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunabdaye Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam Veda Vedanta Vedyaya Meghashyamalamurtaye Pumsam Mohana Rupaya Punyashlokaya Mangalam Pitrabhaktaya Satatam Bhratrabhi Sahasitaya Nandita Lokaya Ramabhadraya Mangalam Srimate Raghuviraya Setu Sindhave जितराक्षसराजाय रणधीराय मङ्गलं मङ्गलाशासनपरैर्मदाचार्यपुरोगमैः सर्वैश्च पूर्वैराचार्यैः सत्कृतायास्तु मङ्गलम्. Thank you, everybody. We'll meet again tomorrow and see what happens next. Namaskar.